Let's head over here to Canada. Canadian labor market weaker than pre-pandemic, may get worse, says Bank of Montreal. Of course it's gonna get worse. The economy is built off Chinese money laundering and fentanyl. Then you have to go to bidding wars, and then you have to go bid up a house. 2 million over asking. China. Yeah, let's celebrate Chinese New Year. Yeah, let's go celebrate the commies. Yeah, there you go. Hey, labor market weaker than pre-pandemic. And you know what the government's going to do? They're going to hire more government workers. And Canada's labor market had eroded for the first since its glory days of the pandemic, and it may get worse. Stats Canada data show that job vacancy rate for February came in nearly half its peak rate just a few years ago. Bank of Montreal capital markets warned investors this problem is combining with elevated unemployment to create a job market worse than we saw pre-pandemic, a problem they see getting worse if trade war isn't resolved analytically in the coming weeks. Don't worry, Carney's gonna fix this. He's the guy that started the whole money laundering thing. We told you guys 8 years ago in a video. Go watch the video. He was facilitating Chinese money, capital flows, and parking it into the Vancouver housing market. Or into Canada's housing market. Then the idiot goes over to England 7-8 years later and does the same shit. He does the same shit in England. It screws up that housing market with Chinese money laundering. But hey, here you go. What are you going to do? I've been warning you for over years. And Canada's to become a dystopian nightmare. Households will flee, says government reports. Hey, you don't need no government report to figure this out. You need Mike in the Night. Actually, you need trends in the housing market from 10 years ago. Canada to become a dystopian nightmare. Households will flee. Here it is right here. Look at this. Look at our videos. Hey, look at this. Hey, look at this. Moving supplies in high demand. People mass exiting Vancouver 8 years ago. Edinburgh exodus, skyrocket higher property prices. Ireland is dying. Taxes, fuel prices, mass exodus ahead. Get out now. Toronto mass exodus, housing crisis. 6 years, 9 months ago. I'm done with Vancouver. Out of reach. Mass exodus 8 years, 11 months ago. Canada's GDP is flat. Real estate outperformed. Mass exodus of youth from Canadian cities 4 years, 5 months ago. Mass destruction coming to Kelowna, BC. Go look at Kelowna right now. 6 years ago. It keeps going. Look, Canadian nurses leaving for Florida. Canadian brain drain and mass exodus is real 7 years ago. California, mass exodus. Seattle's going broke, mass exodus. Disappearing middle class. California, mass exodus. So we've been on this mass exodus thing for years, and we covered multiple countries, and that's what's going to happen. And let's head over to... Okay, let's look at the headline. Looks at the videos down. No problem. Liberal lead narrows to 3 points over Conservatives with momentum in battleground Ontario, says Nanos. It's all bullshit, and I'll tell you why it's all bullshit. Because we told you that the Liberal government will call a snap election and win. It's all fixed rigged elections worldwide. We told you that they were going to call a snap election. That was 4 years, 11 months ago. We told you they were going to call a snap election, and the Liberals were going to win. And there's 8 or 9 people in my town that owe me $100. Oh, the Conservatives are going to win the snap election. No, Conservatives are going to win. First, I got a lot of shit from people saying, they're not going to call a snap election. Read the comments in the video. They're not going to call a snap election in the height of a pandemic. Are you crazy? Are you crazy, Mike? They're not going to call a snap election in the middle of a pandemic. You're crazy. They call the snap election. Watch this. Elections Canada, 205,000 mail-in ballots were not counted. That's just one. There was 400,000 and 300,000 in another location. There you go. February 1st, 2022. So, there it is. This is a few, obviously, months after the election. This started to surface. But I told you guys. That's how it's going to work. And now Carney's going to win with the public sector vote. The public sector is so big in Canada, you have no idea. They're all going to vote to keep their six-figure income jobs. All of them are. And that is what is happening right now.